Natural? 51 years old?
What do you think of Tyson and Jake?
I wish he didn't do it. I wish it wasn't a thing. I wish it wasn't a thing where a 58-year-old guy was going to fight a 28-year-old. That said, that out the window.
If you're Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
If you're Mike Tyson, you know. I mean, even Paul, bro. Paul is not a small guy.
No.
He's big. Like a lot of guys think he's tiny. He's a huge boy.
He's a big dude, and he can crack.
Yeah.
And I always say that people look at him like a guy who is a YouTuber, and they're denying his skills.
Not anymore, bro. Before, when he first was coming out, that's the way you should look at him.
A celebrity. This was not something for some charity. No. We're gonna do this. And Jake Paul, they asked Jake Paul, did he take his foot off the gas? Stephen A., this is what he said. Yeah, definitely a bit. I wanted to give the fans a show, but I didn't want to hurt someone that didn't need to be hurt. Yeah. Wow. Hopefully, he's made enough money, Stephen A.
Joe Rogan just confronted Jake Paul after his win against Mike Tyson in a fight nobody thought would happen, but everyone wanted to see. Mike Tyson, once the most feared heavyweight on the planet, stepped into the ring at 58 years old to face Jake Paul, a YouTuber-turned-boxer known for controversy and big-money events. Netflix's first venture into combat sports turned into a massive spectacle, with 72,300 fans packing Dallas Cowboys Stadium and millions more tuning in worldwide. But for those rooting for Tyson, things didn't go as planned. Jake Paul cruised to a unanimous decision victory, leaving fans and Joe Rogan with more questions than answers. Rogan, a longtime admirer of Tyson, took to X, formerly Twitter, and summed it up in 3 crushing words. Magic isn't real. From the opening bell, it was clear Tyson's heart was still in the fight, but his body wasn't. Wearing a knee brace and moving stiffly, Tyson landed a few sharp left hooks early, giving fans hope. But by round 3, age caught up. Paul's youth, speed, and 31-year age advantage proved overwhelming. He outworked Tyson in every department, landing 78 punches to Tyson's 18, a staggering statistic that told the whole story.
So you can say whatever you want about Jake Paul. I don't think he's a great boxer. I don't think he's a good boxer. I think he's a great marketer. And he held Mike up. And Mike didn't have any spring in his step, as I've said many, many times. If Mike doesn't get you in the first round, he's not going to get you. Jake Paul is probably a better boxer. Well, certainly now. But I just didn't want Mike embarrassed. That's all. And then when he said he wanted to fight Jake Paul's brother, I go, no, Mike, we're not going to do this again. 60 million households tuned in for that, or at least tried to with Netflix. The undercard was great. The women, awesome. And then all of a sudden, you're watching, and there weren't any real standout punches, no real flurries or anything like that. And Mike biting on his gloves he says he has a biting fixation. Oh, we know that, Mike. But Mike got paid, and Jake Paul is going to take on somebody else again. Go back to when Jake Paul fought Nate Robinson.
By the end of the 8-round bout, Tyson looked exhausted. His legendary knockout power was nowhere to be found. Jake Paul, on the other hand, looked calm and in control. It was a solid performance, but one that raised eyebrows. Rogan wasn't alone in his disappointment. Fans had hoped for a Cinderella story, a final flash of Tyson's greatness. Instead, reality hit hard. Tyson, who hadn't fought professionally since 2005, was visibly out of gas by round 3.
Hopefully, he's made enough money, Stephen A., with this fight that he doesn't have to do this anymore.
I don't know. He called
We saw Holyfield try to fight at 58, and he got knocked out. Man, let it go. It's time to let it go. Time out, Mike. You had your time. You're one of the great heavyweights of all time. But it's time to set this stuff aside.
Well, I'm always torn between, because I actually like Jake Paul.
As one of the 65 million viewers watching Netflix's historic combat sports debut, Rogan admitted he was hoping for the impossible, that Tyson would pull off the upset. Instead, Jake Paul, love him or hate him, once again made headlines. He wasted no time calling out future opponents, even teasing a fight with Canelo Alvarez. Paul now stands at 11-1, with his only loss coming against Tommy Fury. With 5 straight wins, his confidence is at an all-time high. As for Tyson, the fight raised serious questions about whether he should ever step into the ring again. Despite flashes of his old self, he struggled to keep up. His record, 57 wins, 44 knockouts, remains legendary. But this chapter wasn't the ending fans hoped for. Critics argue fights like this turned boxing into a sideshow. Still, the hype and revenue are undeniable.
Shannon, I'm happy that Mike Tyson had that moment for himself and his family. I'm happy to hear that he's better health-wise. Certainly happy he got that bag. I think it was about $20 million that he got for the night. On that surface, I'm very, very happy for him. I wish him nothing but the best. All of us who love boxing will forever be fans of Mike Tyson. Mad love and respect to him. He looked bad. He looked like somebody that was in a hospital months earlier. He looked like somebody that, as he described, who lost a lot of blood, lost a lot of weight, etc. I watched Mike Tyson walking to the ring. He stumbled while he was walking to the ring. Then they looked lower when the camera angle zoomed out, and he had a knee brace on his right knee. He got in the ring, he looked old, he looked slow. I want to make sure that I'm clear about what I'm about to say. Under no circumstances do I believe it was something that was preordained, but I believe that when Jake Paul was in the ring with Mike Tyson, there was something that said to him, I can't do this. I'm not gonna try to knock him out. He's Mike Tyson. He's 58 years old. He's 31 years older than me. I know I can take him. I don't need to do this. And for those who would question it, I will remind y'all that there have been moments in boxing where we've seen fighters exercising compassion.
Jake Paul secured his 11th win, but few are celebrating. The backlash has been relentless. Fans called the fight everything from stage to a waste of time. Social media exploded. You're 27 fighting a 58-year-old. Is that really a win? Others pointed out, if Paul had lost, it would have been the biggest embarrassment of his career. But since he won, the reaction was, congrats, you beat a grandpa.
Guys, do you know what I expected? Professional boxing match. Not a high-level professional boxing match, not a back-and-forth competitive one. I expected a boxing match where there was going to be a winner and a loser and both were going to try. And I expected Mike to get stretched, right? I expected him to be dangerous for a round, maybe a round and a half, and then it would clutch up with him and he'd get stopped. And it looked like it was heading that way in round 3. Instead, what we got would have been worse, is actually in a lot of ways, my opinion, worse than had Mike taken the beating and got knocked out, which we wouldn't want for him, but he signed up for this, and so did we, by the way, right? So what we got was pro wrestling. What we got was not a fight. It was awful. And even there was a short period of what you thought you were guaranteed to get, which is Mike emptying the tank in the first 30 seconds and at least, seeing how Jake dealt with that. Both just left open periods where they could have punched and did nothing, as if they're protecting one another. And then, obviously after Jake hurt him in round 3, could have finished him off with a hard jab probably, but carried him the distance. You can't do the I'm going to up aerial routine and the slap and all that on Thursday and then do this pro wrestling here. So what did I expect? A fight, because it was Mike Tyson who pushed for this to be a fight. So whatever it was going to be, as bad or as gross or as sloppy, we accepted that. We were going to judge it for its entertainment value and the time we took to preview this and get ready for it. But they're showing us that it was pro wrestling in the end, and Jake carried him, and yet some people out here still saying, I can't believe Jake couldn't knock out Mike. Like, it wasn't.
Jake Paul admitted he was nervous facing a legend like Tyson. But numbers don't lie. He controlled the fight, stayed composed, and got the victory. Still, fans want more. They want Paul to face real, prime fighters, not retired legends or MMA stars. And honestly, they have a point. If Paul wants true respect in boxing, he needs to step up against elite competition.
Oh, what the
That's
fuck? Yo,
it.
get the out of here, bro. Get the out of here,
Yo,
bro.
we just witnessed the lick of
I'm
the
tired
century.
of this. I'm tired of niggas hyping this shit up and this ass. I'm tired of this nigga.
They both just hit a lick on the whole
I'm
world.
tired of this, bro. Like, Jake, you not even doing nothing, bro. You not even trying to prove nothing, dude. Nah, what the am I watching, man?
Joe Rogan, a veteran of combat sports analysis, couldn't fully process what he watched. Despite the loss, Mike Tyson isn't calling it quits. In his post-fight interview, he hinted at another fight, possibly against Logan Paul, Jake's older brother. Yes, the same Logan who fought Floyd Mayweather Jr. in an exhibition. Tyson's resilience shows his warrior spirit. But fans are concerned. The fight ended with respect. Paul bowed, Tyson embraced him, and the crowd roared. Still, the awkwardness of the matchup remained.
Sometimes I hate that I'm in this business and that I have to watch and react to certain things. Because what was that? What was that? First of all, Netflix. If you gonna do big, you need to be prepared to do. Ain't nowhere in the hell y'all keep going up on our subscription costs, but your ass wasn't prepared for all the traffic you were gonna get tonight. You had 5 million on Antonio Brown's live on Twitter watching because y'all will get your shit together. That's one. Two, whoever is controlling Mike Tyson's money, take your hands off of it. Take your hands off of it. Ain't nowhere in the hell that man should have been in that ring tonight. And he should have enough money. Look, I know Don King fucked over him. I know all that kind of stuff. I know he missed out on a lot of chicks in his prime because he went to jail. You know what I'm talking about? The man still should have enough money. But y'all running this man out here. Stop it. The man is almost eligible for Medicare. Stop it. Stop it. And Mike, you a grown man, so can't nobody make you do what you don't want to do. So sit your ass down.
Jake Paul may have won on paper, but in the hearts of fans, Mike Tyson is still the real winner. At 58, just stepping into the ring is legendary. But the debate continues. Should this fight have happened at all? Some called it sad. Others blamed modern boxing for allowing spectacle over sport.
Muhammad Ali praying that he wouldn't get up, and he wouldn't come out to fight. I remember seeing fighters, I've seen Roy Jones knock folks out, but step back and ask the referee, come on, man, stop. You gotta stop this, you know what I'm saying? I've seen plenty of fighters do that. And I'm saying that that is what I saw Friday night. It was, I did not want to see, I was praying that Mike Tyson didn't get hurt. I was praying that he didn't get knocked out. I didn't want to see that. And I think that Jake Paul, there was something inside of Jake Paul that said, you know what? I don't want to do this either. And oh, by the way, it would make me look really, really bad to hurt this man because he shouldn't have been in there with him in the first place. Mike Tyson's 58 years old. Father Time is undefeated. There comes a moment in time when we all have to step back and step away. Mike Tyson, I will remind y'all, almost 20 years ago, got dropped by Kevin McBride, as L. Duncan pointed out last week, and wasn't even hurt. He was just tired because he was out of shape. And he lifted his arm looking for the referee to help him get up. And that was 20 years ago. So yeah, he went 8 rounds, 2-minute rounds and stuff like that. I'm glad it's over, Shannon. I was not happy with what I saw. Quite frankly, I was very, very sad, and I was scared looking at him in the ring, praying that he didn't get his brains beaten. And I'm happy that that didn't happen.
Jake Paul isn't slowing down. He's now calling out Conor McGregor for an MMA fight, no weight class. Whether that, or a fight with Canelo, actually happens remains to be seen. But Paul keeps pushing his claim as the face of boxing, even if purists disagree. Meanwhile, fans respect Tyson's heart, especially after his recent health scares. Joe Rogan reflected on Tyson's legacy, calling his early career a force of nature. By age 20, Tyson was already the youngest heavyweight champion ever, a record that still stands. He demolished his first 19 opponents, all by knockout. When he defeated Trevor Berbick in 1986, history was made.
Brains beaten, and I'm happy that that didn't happen.
I think everybody's happy that it's over. I think a lot of people are happy, would be happier if he never does this again. Even though you said he looked old. Yeah, he is old. He's 58. And there's a reason why you stepped away from the game 20 plus years ago. If you thought you still had that in you, you would have kept fighting. You said you didn't have that in you anymore. It was bad. It was bad. And Stephen A., I want to echo everything that you said. This man owes a lot. He had 8 transfusions, almost lost his life, lost 25 pounds. Kudos. But bro, when you step into the ring, we got to set that aside. We got to judge you on your performance. And that performance was pathetic. I mean, you don't get no kudos about, oh, he's 58. No, that's not what this is. This was not some a celebrity. This was not for some charity. No. We're going to do this. And Jake Paul, they asked Jake Paul, did he take his foot off?
But the Tyson we saw against Jake Paul was far from his prime. Facing a man 31 years younger, his limitations were clear. Yes, there were flashes of aggression, but time had taken its toll. For Rogan, Tyson's future is complicated. He respects Tyson's passion, but understands the risks. Should Tyson keep fighting, or walk away before it affects his legacy? Some believe continuing could tarnish it. Others see it as proof of his love for the sport. But there's always that question. What if Tyson still has one last magical moment left? After all, this is a man who rose from the youngest champion to prison and back to the top. For now, Mike Tyson remains an enigma. Whether he fights again or retires, his legacy is untouchable. But if he steps into the ring one more time, the world will be watching